Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the all-new Ghost and Horror Stories video. As always, this is another entry here from the reddit.com website with a subsection there dedicated to free horror stories. This entry doesn't necessarily have to do with anything ghost or even horror related stuff, but it's still a fascinating take, a unique experience that occurred to a user there at their school. In fact, when I was reading the information for it, it's one of those things where it seems to happen to almost everyone, right? It's the idea that you experience things one way, but it turns out it was actually different, almost like a variation of the Mandela effect, a popular subject that I discussed in a video a couple of years back. In fact, I'll include the link for it below in case you haven't had a chance to see that video. But this user, a guy by the name of Elfinator-YT, he did this entry about 2 years ago, and he called it "The Glitch in the Matrix in My School." Already a fascinating title now when it comes to that. So let's go ahead and let's talk about his entry here. I'll share his entry and then some final thoughts related to it. So here's what he stated. This isn't exactly a horrifying story, so don't get too disappointed if you're not terrified. For background, I'm a 15-year-old Irish fella called Ross. I go to a school in Ireland and I am now in the 3rd year. At the start of the 2nd year, a new fella joined the school. I was in charge of showing him around, and we've been good friends ever since. He is Portuguese, and his name is Tiago. I'll call him Tig for this story. His school bag is a fairly small, bright red bag. He is a bit shorter than me. His hair is quite short and brown in color, and this will become important momentarily. So one day I was upstairs in my school. It was break time and I was going to my group's usual spot. I turned a corner and I saw Tig walking along the hallway. This was weird because at the distance I was from him, I would have seen him come up the stairs. I didn't think much of it at the time. I sped up to catch up to him. There was another corner coming up. He rounded it and then I followed suit. Except when I turned, he wasn't there. There was a staircase going back down and then 2 bathrooms, one for gentlemen, one for the ladies, but no Tig. Considering how close I was behind him, he would have had to sprint towards and then jump down the stairs or jog into the bathroom. And if he went for the stairs, I would have heard it. He must have been in the bathroom, I thought. So I sat at the bench and waited. Tig was the first other person in our group to arrive. He rounded the corner and then left his bag down. The realization suddenly hit me hard. He wasn't in the bathroom. I asked him if he had already been up there, to which he answered that he hadn't, and he had no reason to lie. Now I know what all you're thinking. It was someone else. Well, first of all, the person I saw looked the exact same as my friend from the back. Second of all, no one else in the school has that type of bag, to my knowledge. I haven't seen anyone else with it, so that's what it is. Third, the only place the person could have gone without sprinting down the stairs, which I would probably have catch a glance of anyways, would have been the bathroom. And no one came out of that bathroom that I didn't see originally enter it. So finally, my friend is a fairly distinct character. Not too many people have the same body build as him. Like I said at the start, it's not exactly terrifying, but I do believe it is due to a glitch in the Matrix. And then that's essentially how they ended it. So again, a fascinating take, no, when it comes to this unique experience from user Elfinator-YT. It's that sensation that I was mentioning earlier, where it's where, like, if you're coming across a certain street, you thought you saw a car before, and then all of a sudden you see it again. Of course, that car could have been making another turn, coming back in a circle, but it's that unique circumstance where you would have had to have seen that car come around another location first in order for you to catch it there. Or it may even be where you realize that you traveled, let's say, to a certain spot, and you know that there's going to be, just because your mind was making mental spots here and there, that there was going to be like a tree on the left or something else in terms of a fence on the right. But when you go back, you don't see anything indicating that that stuff was there. And so that's what made me realize that this may be another example of the popular theory that there is something that we're living in, some kind of form of projection, a virtual reality, something else, and then there's just these glitches. Of course, that all comes from the original Matrix movie, which has that infamous scene showcasing the cat walking down the same path twice, realizing with Keanu Reeves' character that yes, there is truly something happening wrong with the real world, and that's essentially what's causing that glitch. That's all the origination point for this. Fascinating stuff, no doubt, when it comes to this. Let me know what your comments are. Has anyone else ever had that eerie feeling where you know, even moments away, that there was something that should have been there, but it wasn't? But then you go back and you realize maybe it was never there the entire time, and you're scratching your head wondering, did you really ever see something? Was it part of your mind? Was it something else involving the Matrix or some other type of theory? I'd love to hear what your comments are below. So, all right, everybody. Thanks again as always. Take care. Bye.